Hey y'all, and welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Generation podcast, where we bring you a not so healthy dose of humor and reality as we get our hands dirty with some serious nostalgia and question everything.
Let's dive in.
Hey y'all,
Hey y'all,
it's Misty.
it's Ani.
Today we are watching the Kim Possible movie. So the drama.
Call me, beat me, if you want to reach me, if you want to page me, it's okay.
I don't know about you, but I did have the CD, like the soundtrack CD as a teenager.
I'm sure I did too.
Yeah, I want to believe it is still in my CD collection that I have hidden away in a trunk somewhere, but to be honest, what is actually in there, I have no idea.
Fair.
Do you still have a CD collection?
I think I got rid of all of my CDs because I'm like, I will never use these.
It's valid.
I have everything I need on my Spotify.
I mean, that's fair. I have a bunch of CDs. Like, they're not in cases anymore, but I have a bunch of CDs. A lot of them are burned CDs from the years of LimeWire and
Yes.
whatever the one with like a bear was. I don't remember what that one was called anymore.
Napster?
No.
With a bear?
Yeah, there was a bear one. And I don't remember what it was called, but it's somebody out there shouting while listening to this, saying, I know what it is. And I'm sorry, I don't remember what it is anymore. But yeah, so like I have a whole bunch of like burned CDs with old anime music on it. So like I have so many of the intro songs for Naruto and Bleach on those. There's definitely several of the CDs that have the same Bleach ending soundtrack on them. Like I think it was the first one, Life is Like a Boat. That is a beautiful fucking song, and I used to listen to it on repeat over and over and over. And I eventually I would only use that CD for that song, so I downloaded it onto another CD too. So, but yeah, and I've got some like actual CDs somewhere. I think I still have my Yu-Gi-Oh CD that I got in a Happy Meal once, which still has
in a Happy Meal.
Yeah, it came in a Happy Meal, and it took me a really long time to realize it wasn't just a CD; it was also CD-ROM, and I could put it in my computer and play a game that was on it. And I'm like,
oh, the good old days. The good old days.
Yeah, like I put it in my computer one day to play the music while I was doing something on the computer, and it popped up the game, and I'm like, how long has this been here? Like, there's only like 3 songs on the CD or whatever, but I'm just like, there was a whole ass game on here and I didn't know it. Okay. So, like, one day we should do like a live video, like going through any CDs we still have.
Oh God. Okay.
Well,
I don't even know where the fuck I put them.
I know they're in one of the boxes in either my closet or my mom's closet. I'm not really sure, but they're here somewhere because I just saw them the other day and I remember like, oh, I do still have you CDs. I still have my CDs, so I have to do a video of them one day of just going through and being like, I don't think I have anything to play them on anymore.
Oh, your computer doesn't have a CD
I
slot?
don't think so. Like, I have a tower, but I don't think it has a CD slot. I don't think I've had a CD slot in a computer in a really long time. No, I don't think this has a CD slot.
Yeah, my computer does not, my laptop does not, but thankfully my dad has I think I gave it to him, but still, he has got a portable CD player, so like I just gotta plug it in.
Okay.
It works.
I mean, I guess technically I can play the CDs in a DVD player, and I have a DVD player, but I also have a VHS player. It's a dual. It's a DVD VHS player.
I have one too. That is in the living room right now, and I'm pretty sure we have like possibly 2 more VHS players in the attic somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think like none of the computers in the house, like my laptop, my mom's laptop, and even my work computer, none of them have like CD slots anymore. So, which is a little sad to be honest.
It is.
They don't have CD slots anymore. Like I saw a video of some girls who were really like they were like they're I don't know 12 max, and they'd it was a girl, her mom, and then the girl's two friends, and they had gone to buy the new Taylor Swift album, and they were really excited to listen to the new Taylor Swift CD, and they brought it home, and they couldn't figure out how to take the CD out of the packaging
Oh my god.
because they didn't realize you have to push down like on the center to make the CD pop up, and they couldn't figure it out, and like the mom had to help them, and because they kept trying to like break the little plastic things holding it in place off, and she's like, no, just push it
No!
down. And then like they got it out and just kind of seemed to realize they had no idea what to do with it. Just like, okay, follow me, go put it in a CD player. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. I saw a video the other day of people holding up a VHS, and the first person who told them what it was got like $100. It was multiple people before they got it right. Like it was multiple people. Like it was at some college campus, and it looked like a bunch of Gen Z like running up to them trying to figure out what it is, and like several of them didn't come close at all. One guy at least said a VCR, so like he was in the ballpark. But eventually somebody got it, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Like
Okay.
I've seen videos of like I saw a video of somebody who took their phone. They had an old car, like a really old car, and put it into the cassette player because they thought that's where you put your phone to like charge it and shit. And somebody's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "It's where the phone goes." Like, it's not. It's for fucking cassettes. And he didn't know what a cassette was, and I'm like,
God,
okay.
I feel so old.
Like cassettes, I feel like I understand because since like as of now, cassettes are like two iterations of music playing devices back because we have digital music now, but before that there were CDs and then there were cassettes. And like the only thing I think they would know in like a physical copy that's like really popular now is vinyl. Like vinyl is a popular
Yeah.
thing again. So
78s and stuff, yeah.
yeah, so like that's a popular thing again. So like I understand that. So like not knowing fully what a cassette is, like that's whatever. I think if somebody handed me an 8-track, I'd have to take a second to figure out what the fuck it was. But and I'd just be like, is it a giant Nintendo cartridge or no? But so but like not knowing what a VHS is, like just
That's
okay.
that fucking hurts me,
I
man.
also know that was two iterations of things back as well, but like, you know, it it was like a generation ago if you're referring to like the Gen Z, like the Gen Z who have like millennial older siblings should have had VHSs in some regard. So, but I mean, I remember the
You would hope.
transition from VHS to DVD and the transition from cassette to CD and then again to digital musics and stuff. So,
I
but
remember cassettes to CDs to like iPods
mhm,
to the phone.
yeah.
Like I
It was
didn't
weird.
grow
Well, like
up
those
I didn't grow up with vinyl. Like we had them,
mhm.
but it's not like a format that I grew up with.
Yeah, like
We grew
that
up
was
with.
that was something like my mom had, when she was younger, but we
Yeah.
didn't have vinyl. Like we had CDs and I think we had some cassettes here and there. Um but like even between vinyl and cassettes there was the 8-track that was between it. So
Oh
like there were
yeah, the 8-track.
so like that was a thing between it too. So but like
I
it's
remember when we went from VHS
mhm.
to CD/DVD to Blu-ray.
That was so
When
weird.
your DVD players would not play Blu-ray, but your Blu-ray players could play DVDs. I'm like, the same fucking thing. They're both on a goddamn disc.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like that, like if you were gonna do Blu-ray, it should have at least been in a different format because that was really strange. And like I remember when we first had like iPods and stuff like that, and like MP3 players and all that, and downloading music onto them was such a horrible pain in the ass. And like it was navigating these little screens that only displayed like one like couple of words at a time and just such like really old school ones that had like the Nokia phone screen. It
Oh
was in
god.
like black and like a slightly different shade of black or like I guess green and a slightly different shade of green. But it was so
The
but
old days, man.
you knew when you turned that on without looking at that damn thing what you needed to click to get where you needed to go. Was the thing I liked about the old flip phones is I did not have to look at a phone to know I was texting correctly. And I only had to use one hand to do it.
Oh,
Like you
I
had
remember. I will never forget. I remember when I was driving down the streets in my Forerunner, and I had the LG NV2,
mhm.
and like, so I had flipped it open, started
Mhm.
texting on like I'm using both of my hands, but like
Yeah.
I have them planted on the steering wheel at the bottom, and I'm
Yeah.
driving, and I'm like I'm not on the freeway, so like I'm just driving, and I'm just texting. I'm not even looking at my phone. And when I wanted to go read the message that I had written out, not a single
Mhm.
fucking mistake.
Yeah.
I can't do that now. I can't fucking swipe
Uh-uh.
without looking at my phone because like, if I try to swipe over the letters for like hello, it'll give me like Himalaya. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how?
My fucking
How did you
phone
get that?
now, like I was texting you about that like oatmeal the oat milk chai latte from Starbucks today.
Yeah. By
It
the way,
kept
listeners, never, ever, ever get an iced coffee with gingerbread syrup. Ugh, it's like an essential oil. It
bleh.
was so gross.
But I was texting you about that stupid oat milk chai, and it kept capitalizing the word oat milk, even if it was in the middle of a sentence. I was sending you, like, you and Aaron a message today, and it was saying something like, but this, whatever, whatever. It kept changing the word but to bit, like BIT instead of BUT. And I'm like, that doesn't even make any fucking sense. Stop changing words I'm not misspelling. And that's the one thing it's one of two things I fucking hate about this phone is the fact that it keeps auto correcting words that are correct into what it thinks it should be and making them make not like no fucking sense. Sometimes it's not even similar words like from like but to bit, but it's like hi to fucking Himalayas or something like that. It's just like, what are you doing? Or it auto corrects it to a misspelling that I spelled once. And I'm like, and I'll go back and read it and I'm like, that's not how I spelled that. And I'll go to change it and it'll auto correct it again back to the and I'm like, I fucking hate. It just drives me up the
Mm-hmm.
fucking wall.
Yeah.
The
No,
other
I
thing I hate about
agree.
this phone is the shit ass battery life that's on it because I have to charge it at least in the middle of the day at some point, sometimes twice. But like I miss that use of the flip phone where you could feel the buttons and not have to look at your phone to know you were sending a correct text message. Now I can be looking at my phone and it won't fucking send something correctly. And that does drive me nuts. And it also drives me nuts that you can't really text just with one hand anymore.
I hate
Like the
it.
screen is too wide for your whole thumb to do it and it's just like
And I can never put the fucking pop socket in a place where I'm comfortable enough where I can like tilt the phone around to get my thumbs to where they need to go because
it's
like, it's just gonna
very
fall
annoying.
out.
Yeah. It's very annoying. It's just like it's like please don't do this. I'm just I remember going from a flip phone to a full keyboard phone and thinking that was just like the coolest thing, but I don't even think I was as fast on that as I was with just a flip phone.
No, I was definitely faster with the flip phone. I
I should give
remember
you
I
guys
had one of
a
the first.
code in D&D that has like the word key is the old like flip phone like alphabet. I should do that.
Yeah, I remember getting one like the first running models or whatever of a touchscreen, and oh god, it was horrible. It was a
Mm.
Samsung. Was it a Samsung or was it an LG? One of them. I think it was a Samsung. So it was. Imagine. So take your flip phone, right? But instead of like
Mhm.
flipping open this way, it would slide up.
Yeah, I
It was
remember
one of
those.
those,
Oh,
but
the
this
slides,
entire
yeah.
front thing was a touchscreen.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. I know what
And
you're
it
I know
never,
exactly
because
what
like I
you're
had to
talking
like
about.
slide it open and it would never
Uh-huh.
fucking work.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, nah, nah.
And there was like this weird period when we had smartphones and flip phones at the same time. And it's just eventually they quit making different iterations of like flip phones or even the full keyboard phones. And it's just like, okay. Like I like the fact that
Why'd you take the keyboard away?
I really like the fact that the smartphone does so much. I miss having a keyboard. Like I miss it. I miss having a fucking keyboard where I could actually and I don't want the full keyboard. Give me my goddamn numbers back. But I want them on actual buttons. Give me buttons. I miss buttons. Buttons don't exist anymore. My TVs don't have on and off buttons anymore. I hate that because when it's malfunctioning, I have to fucking unplug it from the wall. And that's
Yup, you
so
can't just press
annoying.
the.
That's so
Yeah.
annoying. Like, I don't care if you get rid of most of the buttons. Leave the goddamn power button. Also the volume button. I would prefer it if like if something happens to my remote, it's not stuck at like volume level 60 or some nonsense. Like no, leave the fucking volume buttons and leave the damn power button. It's so stupid not to have a
Facts.
power button. It drives me up a wall, and I'm just like, oh, it's like this
Can
is
you
why old
believe
people are
that?
angry.
I know, and now we are them. But
Mm-hmm.
can you believe that back when Kim Possible was up in the out in TV, I forgot his name, but her tech guy,
Yeah.
he was always working from home. There were nights when he was working from home. All you had to do was fucking beep your IT guy and be like, "Hey, find me this
And
location."
he's working from home. Holy
He was
shit.
never in fucking school.
Before like 20 years later, man, now a bunch of people are working from home.
And it's like, we wish we were working from home.
Yeah, it's valid. It's very valid. This movie, for anybody who's curious and to get us like back on track, because we took a detour, uh, came out in 2005, which I think
Which
was
means,
the show ended before that, didn't it?
no, after from
2002 to
'02 to
2007.
'07.
Oh, 7. Okay. Okay. Oh, there were seasons after they got together. I remember that. I vaguely remember that. But yeah,
I think so.
I do
But
very
yeah,
vaguely remember that. Yeah. God, that's been a while. It's been a long while. Like it really just makes me want to watch some of these shows and movies again. Like
I know, because like, I'm
it's
looking
been
at it like,
so
I remember
long.
certain things, but I don't remember so much of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember as a child and as a teenager playing the Disney Channel games like on their website and like the Bueno Nacho game so
Oh
much.
my god, that's right! That's why it sounds so familiar.
Uh-huh, like having Rufus like go and he had to fill the orders of like the soda and then the
Yay!
chocolate and then the cheese and then the
Oh my
salsa.
god.
There was also the from the Stitch TV show of making the sandwiches with the sandwich
Sandwiches, the
experiment.
sandwich stacker. You're gonna
Yeah, and
lose your
like you had
mind.
to run back and forth catching the sandwich ingredients. Yeah.
I found them all.
Yes, and the other ones
Like, I
for
found where we can play them.
yeah, yeah. I've played them like this year.
Oh my
The
god.
the there was one with Rufus and he snowboards and I was always terrible at that one. There's one of those bubble shooting games for Kim Possible as well. Um and oh, I think there was another one. Oh, there was Kim Possible doing some kind of shopping at
Yeah,
the
Shopping Avenger.
banana store, whatever that was called that I don't remember. Um
Stitch in a Mario Kart type game.
some of these are after me. These games on this website is after me. Like Hannah Montana and all that stuff. Um and the Phineas and Ferb stuff. I don't remember that, but there was the Lilo and
Lol, that's
Stitch
so
game.
Raven Pinball.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Like the shooting games for like Stitch, and then I like it how it says retro.
I know.
Retro, and you have fucking Camp Rock under that category. No, get get fucked. No,
Timon and Pumbaa's Bug Trapper.
the Solar Surfer Treasure Planet game.
Jeez. Jungle Boogie. Treasure Quest. What's Treasure Quest?
There were so many Kim Possible games. I forgot about the one where Rufus has to go and like deal with the frozen corn dogs or whatever it is. Oh, and the card clash game where you are having a card game against Shigo.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, there are so many of these games. I just remember spending honestly just hours doing these games for so long. It was just so much like you just sit there on the computer and just play like Disney Channel games or like on the Barbie website and like all this other stuff. I remember doing all of that. That was so much fun. So today we are going to take us all back to the year 2005 and we are going to watch one of the best Disney Channel movies of all time, The Kim Possible So the Drama movie. This is like it takes place in the middle of the Kim Possible like TV show world. And for anybody who hasn't seen Kim Possible, it is about like a teenage she's kind of like a superhero, but more like a secret agent, I guess, in a way, because she doesn't have any like superpowers. Her thing is just that
No,
she's
she just
smart and knows martial arts and is a cheerleader, I guess. So, but she has some of the best villains. Like Draken was hilarious, but Shigo, I wanted to be Shigo as a
I loved
child.
Shigo.
Like I wanted to be Shigo, and it just like I loved her so much. Her siblings were fucking weird, but I loved Shigo. Um, but yeah, and so like you're just kind of following Kim Possible, who's a teenage like superhero slash secret agent, who is not at all secret. Literally everyone knows who she is and what she does. And Ron Stoppable is her sidekick, and has
Because
somehow
he is
managed to
very
survive.
stoppable.
He is very stoppable. That's true. And like how he manages to survive for as long as he does, I will never know. And then there's Rufus, who is the Ron's naked mole rat. And yeah,
Rufus is the best thing on the planet.
this is true. And looks a lot cuter than actual naked mole rats. I'm going to be completely honest with you, because those look creepy as fuck.
You're not wrong.
So it just makes you want to give them a sweater. But yeah, so we are going to watch what is oh, and also has one of the best soundtracks of any
Oh
Disney
yeah,
original movie. Because I'm pretty sure the soundtrack that I own for Kim Possible was for this movie. And I love the songs that are in this movie. So we are going to watch Kim Possible movie. So the drama.
woohoo!
Weird that it doesn't say the Kim Possible movie. So the drama. It just says Kim Possible movie. So the
So
drama.
the drama.
It's like there should be a the in there somewhere.
All right, let's begin.
Or even like Kim Possible the movie. So the drama or something. There needs to be a the. It's not it's not correct. There should be a the in there somewhere. Okay, we're starting with drums. A lot of drumming. They look like they're in Tokyo.
Oh, did my show of where our Bigfoot is help you at all?
I mean, yes, I've been looking for Bigfoot, yeah. I'm watching a Bigfoot show. All right, so it looks like Shigo is starting out strong and is bombing the shit out of Tokyo.
I love the animation.
It does have really good animation. It's very like clean for the most part.
I want to know how this teenager that's still
Mhm.
in high school can just be at all these places. Like you're
And still do her
15?
homework. Yeah, she's like
You're
15,
in
16.
Japan. Like
Yeah, or like
fighting
is this like a
ninjas.
weekend thing that you're doing? Like or is this over summer vacation, or you're also fighting ninjas with flaming swords, and Ron can't get out of the
Can't
float.
even get out of a fucking bubble.
And now he has to find a sumo ninja. I would like to know like what any of their parents were thinking when they decided to let these children go out, especially Ron's parents. Like Kim Possible, maybe, but Ron's parents, or did they just think to themselves, "Well, the mole rat will take care of him. It's
Yeah,
fine."
he's got a mole rat. He's fine.
Or like Kim is competent enough to take care of them both, and like
I love
Ron's way
Ron
of
by
defeating him is,
default
yeah.
because of the voice actor.
I mean, that's valid. But like Ron's
If
method of defeating the sumo ninja is to give him a wedgie.
for
And
those of
like
you who are not aware, the voice actor of Ron is Will Friedle, who is also Eric in Boy Meets World.
that's fair. It's hard not to like him.
He put on
I
his
like
blaster briefs.
Yeah, like I like how they have such really interesting and like cool tech, but yet their tech guy, Wade, did make Ron blasting
Wade.
underwear. Like he made Ron blasting under. Like why?
Isn't the voice of Kim the sister from Even Stevens?
Yes.
Yes.
Like Shigo is like dragging this guy that Kim's trying to save through town, and he's like hanging on a rope from behind them, and Kim is hanging on to him, and it's just like if it wasn't for Kim, the guy Shigo's trying to kidnap would be splattered on a building. Like Shigo, you are
Oh yeah.
failing in keeping this guy alive.
Is Monique Wade's girlfriend?
I don't know, if I'm being honest. I don't think she was dating anybody, at least for a while. Like how much of this city can she go fly in through before she runs into a building or something? And Ron, to be fair, is taking out ninjas with his exploding underwear. I like how Ron is always helpful, but in a completely accidental way.
Oh, the sidekick.
She go, "Why are you surprised that they managed to free him? You had him in a claw machine claw."
And this 15-year-old girl is just, sailing through the air. Like
Uh-huh.
she does it every day.
She does though. So it's like it'll never not be funny to me the fact that like they're like Draken and Shigo's arch nemesis is like 16 and
Yeah.
and a mole rat. Two 16-year-olds and a mole rat. Like just imagine say you got defeated by a mole rat at like the annual villain convention.
I would not show my face. Do 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 do.
And Shigo's like, one day we really just gotta take that hair dryer from her because her hair dryer is a
Yeah.
grappling gun. I want to know where, like, who gave this child all this training? Like, what were you
Also,
thinking?
the money. Like
That's
it
true.
just
Where
it,
is
it just sh-
Wade getting the money for these
it just
toys?
showed Kim and Ron like scuba diving.
Uh
Getting
huh.
scuba certified is like $300. Then you got to get your own tank, your own
Well, to be
equipment. You
fair,
gotta.
her parents are loaded. They are a neurosurgeon and a rocket scientist, so they are
Okay, what
probably
about
loaded.
Ron?
I mean, that's I think they probably like Kim's parents fund Wade, and Wade makes stuff for both of them. So I imagine they're bankrolling him that way.
Okay.
Because Kim doesn't seem like she probably has a lot of understanding of the value of money, if I'm being totally honest.
And Wade is Taj Mowry. Of course he is. I forgot about that. I guess Ron.
Ron has decided to take the intelligent approach to his homework and just hired some accountants to do his geometry work.
And write a paper.
Like, if Kim and Ron were to get married, she would be Kim Stoppable, and would that now make her, like, more vincible instead of invincible because her name is Possible? Or would he change
I don't.
his name to Ron
He
Possible,
probably
and that
changed
makes
his
him
name.
cooler?
He probably changed his name because Kim Possible. Like that. That's her. That's her marketer right there. Like she's not gonna change that.
That's true. And, like, technically, if you're taking last names based on the status, she has a higher social status than he does just because of her
Yes, she does.
popularity, so.
Why does that sound like someone else we know? Ah, yes, Monique is Raven.
Mhm. I like Rufus. He's over there dressed up in little flying gear. It's so cute.
Just in case they get thrown out again.
I like how Kim's just like, you can just drop us off here in midair. And they're like, do you understand the dangers of like opening the
Like, do you
plane
understand what you
door?
just said? That is
Like
something
the
I never
possibles,
understood.
huh?
Like,
But like the
go ahead.
possibles have to have money. Did you see the outside of that house? Like they
Yes.
have to have money. Doctor and Doctor Possible.
You gotta make sure they're wearing the right lab coat.
Uh huh. There's still Doctor Possible, despite the fact that he is a rocket scientist, is a moron.
He's a moron.
Yes, he
Yes,
is.
yes. He just almost deleted a file from his
Oh, he fully
tablet.
deleted that file.
Way to go, boss. Way to go. We are telling our parents that sorry we're late, but I had to pull the chute a little earlier and float down slower because Ron's a baby about free falling.
And they're like, "Where were
So
you
so
last
sorry.
night?" So she didn't tell her family she went to Tokyo to protect a guy from an assassination attempt.
Need to know, I guess.
I mean, I guess you'd think a guy with rocket scientists like classifications and clearance would be able to do it, but all right.
Oh, that's right. I forgot she got brothers.
She has twins and brothers, yeah.
No missiles in the house, children. Fine.
I like how Kim's like, this is what happens when a rocket scientist and a neurosurgeon reproduce, not like completely ignoring the fact that she is the oldest child of said rocket scientist and neurosurgeon. I like how Dragon is just like,
Really?
you failed me for the last time, Shigo, and sends a bunch of minions after her. Like, she couldn't defeat them with her eyes closed. Like, she hasn't
Right?
even used her powers yet, and she's defeated half of them.
She just like come on.
And he's like, Shigo, must you always break my toys?
And stop sending them to her.
Who's the voice actress for Shigo?
Shigo. I just looked it up. Shigo is. Nicole Sullivan.
Nicole who?
Sullivan.
Sullivan? Oh, I do know who she is. Okay, that's always a surprise for me when I
So
know who they
far,
are.
I don't. Yeah, so far I don't.
I think I know her mostly from The King of Queens. I like how Draken's methods of torture are just torturing people with weird toys. And he's trying to figure
This
out, like, inside of Kim Possible's head. So he's, like, testing adults with, like, teen slang and technologies and stuff like that.
Draken fucking laughs like sorry, he giggles like
He
he's a
giggles.
high school girl.
He was Googling over a doodle of a toy.
Word
Word
to your
to
mother.
your mother. Oh my god. Zero your ego. Ew! Don't shower. I like it when you glisten.
Okay,
Ugh.
I'm sorry. That sounds gross, and yet I'm over here going, I can't wait to meet my hockey boys right after their game when they're all sweaty.
But like from a distance so you don't smell it, right?
No, we get to literally meet them after the
I
game.
know, but like the smell, right? Like the smell is just gonna be not great.
It sets off something primal, alright? I want to fucking lick their face.
Um yeah, I don't know what to do with that statement, so I'm just gonna go
I
back
know,
to
I
Kim
lost you
is
there.
Kim is trying to prepare for the prom, and she just realized she has to get a date, which doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense. I mean, I guess it might because she's like a cheerleader, but she's like, it's hard to get a date when people see you roundhouse kicking a goon out a window, and Monique is on the other side of her. She's like, so you're a strong, independent
Strong,
woman that can't
independent
handle that.
woman.
That's their problem. Like
Naco night order. Their promotion's been canceled. So sorry,
the
boys.
Naco Night promotion's been canceled. Their dinner is now $7.98.
Someone bought the whole enchilada.
And they're not talking about the actual food.
She's got a
Monique
point.
has such a point. It's just like you are being overly dramatic, girl. Calm down.
It's like you don't need a man to go save the world.
And also like it's what do you mean like saving the world doesn't feel like good if you don't have somebody to share it with? Like you are 16. Well, actually she might be older than that considering it's prom, and even if it's junior prom, she might be about 17 now. So,
Yeah.
we didn't have a junior prom. We just had senior prom. Like I don't think my
We didn't
school could have
have a
afforded two
junior prom
proms.
either.
Yeah.
We had the senior prom, but we had winter formal, and that was for all of high school,
Yeah.
9 through
Our
12.
homecoming was for all of high school, but the prom was just for the seniors. Like I think like you could invite a junior, but I don't think you could invite the lower grades.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did she just get fully naked in front of Ron for a second?
Yes, it looks like, and then just put a shirt like a dress over.
Like I hope she was wearing like underwear and stuff underneath it. Ron is wearing his dad's prom suit, but yet states it's apparently never been worn,
I
which
guess that
means
means
his
his
dad,
dad never went to prom.
but he bought a
Also,
suit intending to go to prom, but didn't go to prom. That might be terribly sad.
uh, Ron's outfit looks kind of like Ron's aunt Tessie dress
From
down.
Harry Potter, yeah.
Yes, with the ruffles and everything.
The
Neener.
password to get into the secret supervillain club is Neener, as in Neener Neener.
Neener, 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 neener.
And I like how Shigo's outfit is literally just like a skirt dress combination of her standard outfit. Why did Kim need a disguise to get in if she was just going to go through the air vents? Like, okay, making Ron find his own entrance because her entrance is through the ladies' room. Like, go find your own bathroom, Ron.
Did Ron take the
He took the laser lipstick and is now cutting the entire vent apart because their flashlight died. So his idea of finding light was to turn on the laser and then drop it.
and now he just walked into a bunch of villains playing poker.
And now he's pretending to be somebody else. All while Draken does a information slash money trade. I like how Shigo knows Draken so well. She can answer like what happened and knows what happened to him, even when he's in a room away and he gets tossed out. Yeah, Kim, your disguise kind of fucking sucked because Shigo took one look at you, even in your wig, and knew exactly who you were.
right?
Because
She's
you
like,
can do
oh, that's Kim
anything
right
to change
there.
your face. Ron is playing a very high stakes poker game with so much
With
money.
someone from with a Russian, Mongolian,
Uh-huh.
African, and looks like Texan.
That's fair.
Ron's just
And
throwing all his
Ron
fucking
is just
money.
all in. He just threw all what is possibly millions of dollars in. And you can't call his bluff because there's nothing on his face. Ron, do you
Ron,
know what these cards are?
no,
I bet he has no idea how to play poker. I don't know
I
about you,
really
but
don't
I
think
don't
he
know how to.
does.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
how
how
to
to
play
play
poker.
poker.
Yeah,
Go fish.
go fish.
And there goes Shigo and Kim.
Just fucking duking it out on this table.
I'm convinced, like, okay, not even convinced. Like, it's a known fact. If you watch Kim Possible growing up and you didn't have a little bit of like lesbian or bisexual fantasy because you found Kim and Shigo together hot,
It was a good ship. Like it was a really
you are
good ship.
you are lying to yourself if you think
I
you didn't go
fucking
through that.
loved Shigo. Like, oh my god, I wanted to be
I
Kim
love
Possible, but I
Shigo.
fucking loved Shigo. I'm just like, yes, please.
Yeah,
Draken just spent a
Draken can't
shit ton of
fucking
money to buy this guy's grocery list. Cybertronic? Is that a word?
in this world everything is possible.
That's fair. I like how like Draken is looking for some very secret, top secret, like weird information, and he finds out that the only person on the planet who has it is Kim's dad. You think you're all that, but you're not even close.
Fucking Draken like is the worst at like comebacks.
That's true. And Kim is just like Kim has a poster of Shigo in her locker. I mean, she has one of Draken too, but like she has like Draken's mugshot, but the one of Shigo looks like really dramatic and cool.
She she really wants Shigo, but she doesn't believe that she's a lesbo.
Early Disney Channel would not have allowed for this.
No.
I mean, look at that, so Raven. Like, let's be completely honest. And Ron's like, I feel bad. Like, I know why you're upset. It's because, like, I let Draken and Shigo get away. And she's like, no, I'm used to that. And like, wow.
Like, it's
Okay.
fine. Yeah,
She
it's
went
about
to her
boys. Can we
father
talk,
about
Dad?
boys. Why would you go to your father about the boys and the dating? Why would you not go to your mom? So he calls her mom. He's like, please, please talk to her. I don't know what to do. And her mom is just like, Kim's over there, like, I don't want to go to the prom with Ron. I'm going to end up having to go with him. And she's like, I don't see what the problem is.
Kim's mom having her on speaker in the OR.
It's just like, I can't, like, stop doing this. Like, I'm in the middle of neurosurgery just because you're having boy drama. Like, her mom is operating on a guy who fully died while she was talking to her daughter about boys.
He just he flatlined, and she's like, gotta go, honey. We'll talk about it later.
Ron is riding on the world's most beat up moped of all time.
So we can afford to get Ron scuba gear and lessons and gadgets and shit, but we can't get him a functioning moped.
I guess not. And somebody just stole like Ron's parking spot. But like your guys' vehicles are so small. Like one has a motorcycle and one has a moped. You could just park them one right in front of the other. Rufus is not having any of it. Is very mad at this guy. And Ron and this dude
Is
who cut
Eric?
him off in parking are just absolutely hitting it off, but Rufus does not like it. Yeah.
Is it Eric, the other doctor's son?
Is it? I don't remember now. It was like
I
5
don't know.
minutes ago and I don't remember. Ron's like, I don't know details. I know big picture stuff.
Okay,
And this
Ron.
kid, whoever this Eric is like a brand new student, I guess.
Fucking Eric's like, who's that? And the first thing Ron says is, the cafeteria lady? Can't get her fired.
It's like, I've tried. You can't. And the guy, Eric is just like, well, who's the chick, not the cafeteria lady? And he's like, and Ron's like, it's Kim Possible. Like, have you not turned on the TV ever? Have you not seen the news? And Ron is just like, you're being super sketch, my dude. Oh, their lunch is just a gray mass.
It's disgusting.
And Kim sees Eric for the first time. Is just like, wow, okay, hello. Don't know who you are, but damn. Ron is just so pissed, and he's just like, nope, nope, don't like this, don't like whatever this is. And Ron is making an absolute ass out of himself. So now we're doing a montage, a music montage over what may be a day, it might be 5 days, we're not really sure. But for some reason, Ron is following Kim and Eric literally everywhere they go and staring at them. Whether it's Bueno Nacho, the park, where Ron, for some
He's
reason,
just third
tried.
wheeling.
Yeah, like Ron tried to use a seesaw by himself, and I don't know why. And it's just like, maybe Ron, if you had feelings for Kim, maybe you should have said something at literally any point. You've had literally years. They've known each other since they were children.
I know. Kim's got a boyfriend.
Who the hell is that girl in the photo with brown hair wearing Kim's outfit? Did you see that? She had short, like dark brown hair. See? Wearing Kim's outfit.
Come on, come on.
See? Like there's pictures of Kim when she's really little and she has the red hair, and then there's just like a preteen in Kim's outfit with dark brown hair. Is there
Is
a
that supposed
missing
to?
impossible sister?
Unless it's her in her like preteen years when she's like, I want different color hair.
But like that is such a weird thing to put. Like who? Okay, like there's a nerdy weird dude who I think was in one of their episodes as a cousin. But like, who the hell is that girl? Like, is there a mysterious? Like, is there like a mysterious missing possible sister? And is that why Kim decided to be a secret agent to look for her missing sister? Like, is this the lore background of Kim Possible we never knew we had?
I don't know. Ron's
And
got
like,
a sister.
oh yeah. So like, Kim's dad is in his office and everything like that, and he's just kind of by himself in a very, very large, creepy lab, and he is getting kidnapped by ninjas now and Draken. It's like, isn't it a little sus that your dad never came home, Kim?
I
Oh
got my
God!
endoscope in the car.
Like, you're not feeling well, Ron. I've got an endoscope. Like, no, thank you. The fire department told the twins no more fusion experiments, and they're just now realizing that their dad's not home. Oh, the dad's got some jokes though. Is over there face to face with Draken. It's like, I'm not afraid of you, who gets your ass kicked by my teenage daughter, Drew. And it's just like, how do you know Draken's real name? Does that mean that her dad went out and like tried to read Dr. Draken's like science papers at some point and found out his first name?
Close, Draken.
If you want to make an omelet, you got to break a few
omelet,
eggs.
yeah, you gotta break a few eggs.
And Dr. Possible just said, fuck Draken, and deleted all of his files again. And Draken's like, okay, so you know it all by heart then. I have a brain machine.
I have a brain tap machine. You had a high schooler as assistant manager?
That sounds about right, though. Like, a Taco Bell in, like, the early 2000s definitely has had some high school assistant managers. They have a pager. Oh my god, Ani. They have a pager! Oh, Kim sent him a 911.
I remember when
kidnapped his dad.
I remember my mom had a pager.
Yeah.
And I could never figure out how it worked.
I think my stepdad had one at one point for work. I don't remember, like, my mom owning one.
Her sidekick, whose name escapes me.
And Draken, like, still doesn't know Ron's name. He's like, Kim Possible and the other guy.
It's like, you've been dealing with them for how many years and you still don't know Ron's name? Come on.
Right?
There'd be a giant tentacle.
There's a tentacle monster trying to eat Kim Possible's dad, and a bunch of weird goons just rose up out of the floor. And Draken's doing a weird speech. He's a hologram. And they're battling a laser, a bunch of goons, and what looks like a giant octopus or squid that apparently has a thing for shoes.
Apparently wants shoes, yeah.
Yeah. Syntho drones? What a weird name.
So Ron, your idea was to just climb up the sides of the tentacle?
Uh-huh, and expect it not to do anything to you?
Rufus came really close to that Syntho drone goop.
Yeah. And Rufus is bad. He's just like, fuck this, I'm gonna bite the weird tentacle monster. And her dad's drowning. Ron, is there anything you've actually done? Like, let's be entirely honest here. Are you actually doing anything? Her compact, like, deflected the death ray. She's really lucky it deflected the death ray.
Like, I'm surprised it didn't break, or that she
Yeah.
calculated that real quick.
Yeah. And her dad now doesn't remember anything.
Oh, he forgot where his home is.
I don't know about you, but as a preteen, I would have given anything to shop at Club Banana. Like, the outfits that Kim has are just so fucking good, girl. Like, I would have just traded people for the opportunity to shop at Club Banana.
What the fuck,
Oh,
Kim?
God, Kim. So they rescued her dad, and now they're going prom dress shopping, and Kim picks out a fairy costume.
I love Monique. Just like, what the fuck is? Oh yeah.
Like, Ron, please put on pants. So they're interrupted from the prom dress shopping by this Eric dude who is trying to ask him to the prom, but like, Ron comes out of the dressing room mostly undressed, wanting to know what the hell's going on, and doesn't really stop Eric from asking Kim to the prom. And she goes absolutely convinced that Draken has no fucking clue what he's doing. But however, the plan Draken comes up with in this movie might actually be the only good one he's ever actually managed to come up with. And she
goes
was so shocked that he's
you
come up
might
with
actually win.
and he's like, if you can't figure it out, then that means she can't figure it out. And then she goes like, oh my god, you might win? It just looks floored. Like, girl, why do you work for him if you think it's
I'm guessing it pays well.
well, I don't think Draken really looks like he pays very well. But like, why do you work for him if you just think that like it's not going to go well or he's never ever going to win at all? Bueno Nacho is a worldwide franchise, isn't it?
I remember the little Diablos.
We never would have gotten away with having that as a children's toy in one of these shows now. People would have lost their minds about having a little devil creature in the shows.
Fucking Ron is having a meltdown on live TV.
Just like screaming that he's lost everything he's ever cared about.
No
And
girls
Kim
allowed.
saw that and she's just like, I should probably talk to him.
You think?
His ammo to defend himself in his treehouse is a rock and a slingshot.
We were 6. The details are sketchy.
It's like, Ron, you have literally never, ever saved her. At least not on purpose. On accident, yes. On purpose, maybe
yes.
not.
On accident, yes. On purpose, no.
Yeah.
Camp wanna weep.
Yeah.
Want to weep.
Did we ever see Ron's parents? I don't think so, right?
Huh?
I don't think we ever see Ron's family, do we?
I don't know. Like, he has a adopted baby sister.
And like,
What's
Kim's like, do you have a problem with me and Eric? And then Ron's just like freaking out, like, no.
Do you notice the weird boxer portrait right by Ron with the fucking the steel foot?
Yep. Why does Eric show up literally every? Okay, it was one thing in public places like the school and like the mall and stuff, but to show up outside of Ron's treehouse, that's a little weird. I'll admit. And Ron immediately looking at Kim like, he cannot come up here. He is not allowed up here. And she's over there trying to like convince Ron that like nothing's gonna change. It's like, yeah, a lot's already changed.
This thing you do, the earth saving stuff.
She's like, do you think it's weird? And he's like, no, I think it's really cool.
My mission is to take you to the prom. It's like,
It's like, mission accomplished. Okay.
How
Apparently
can Rufus the mole rat do origami?
Rufus is a creature of many talents.
That's fair.
But like, apparently Kim's had previous boyfriends, and like Ron's been more or less okay with that before. It's just this particular dude. Well, Ron's gonna do what apparently no man should ever have to do, and that's talk about his feelings. Like, Ron, you're such a nice dude. Why do you gotta say that? He has a really good point, though. Like, she's pretty much falling for Eric. So, what do you do?
And we don't like that.
Yeah, like, well, what do you... He wants to tell her his feelings and everything, but he's like, she's clearly falling for this guy, so what do I do if I tell her? And then she says no.
Like, she's adorable, and I hate it.
Her dress is the exact same color that the original Cinderella dress is.
Oh, yeah. I don't trust that. How does he have those moves? How has he got those moves?
That's a lot of reflexes. Oh, her mom shipped her and Ron together.
Is he? Is his dad? Because it's just his dad. Is that Draken?
Probably. Whoever he is, he's probably all at
Probably.
work. He says he's always at work.
His hands are like the size of Kim's chest, like
Yeah.
torso.
Uh-huh. These massive hands. Like the proportions in these characters are so weird. Like they all have really small feet too.
Yeah. Is this Jesse McCartney
I think so.
or Aaron Carter?
I think it's Jesse McCartney. And Bonnie's just sitting in the corner with her date, who doesn't want to dance. Well, who seems to want to dance, but she does not for some reason. And so Ron went back to Bueno Nacho, and the guy behind the counter is desperately trying to tell him something's wrong, like really, really wrong. And Ron just won't stop moping. And the kid is like wrote out to him in hot sauce on the tray for Ron of like his SOS. Just like Ron. Also, none of these nachos have any dip. They're just eating straight nacho. And the kid wrote the word evil in hot sauce. Like Ron literally ordered 3 things of plain nacho chips.
You took away the bendy straws.
You took away the bendy straws.
I think it's Aaron Carter.
McDonald's used to have bendy straws. They don't have bendy
Yeah, they
straws.
did.
Nobody has bendy straws anymore.
Not every place has plastic straws. Now you get lucky if you get plastic
Cardboard
straw.
straws, which are
That is
awful.
totally going to be useless.
Disintegrate.
Yeah.
Wade hooked Ron up with the number to the CEO of Bueno Nacho, and it is Draken. And Ron's just now realizing that Draken now owns Bueno Nacho. Also,
Oh,
Draken
that's
was
right. That's right. He controls all the
the
little
little
Diablo
Diablo
toys.
toys. Yeah, they're now a little army of. Just imagine like an army of McDonald's toys coming at you to kill you. Like how
No.
freaky that would be.
Yeah, I wouldn't really worry about that because I can just crush them easily. But
Oh,
imagine
and
an
you can
army of
body like.
Furbies.
Ooh. At
Like
least the
even a
Furbies don't
fucking
really have
blowtorch
hands.
won't but a fucking blowtorch won't even kill them.
They are the cockroaches, like of like the toy world.
Yeah, and they're back. And they're back. Chugs weekly.
Ron's just now realizing his scooter is a piece of garbage.
Ron, where you been? I don't think he would.
Like Wade could also be at prom and has decided not to be. Those little Diablo toys run fast. Ron looks like he's hauling ass, and like those things are chasing him.
Right?
Ron just goes into the prom screaming that the Diablo toys are evil.
Can you believe them now? They're all coming in.
And they're
Aw.
hiding, specifically so Kim doesn't see them.
Ron's making up the whole thing tone. Honestly, Eric ain't that cute.
No, he's not. And Kim's like, yeah, toys, evil, definitely. And then it's just like, Draken's now the CEO of Bueno Nacho. That doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Also, that just goes to show you how bad
But Kim, to be fair, is like, you know what? It's plausible enough. I'm going to check it out.
yeah, it's also funny that how Draken's like security or cybersecurity is piss poor because a 15-year-old was able to hack into his system.
Mm-hmm. But Kim does call Wade to make sure and check, and sure enough, like Wade confirms it. And
You're not invited to save the world.
Eric's failing his mission. How long is their prom that it can go on for a couple hours before Ron interrupts, then Ron interrupts, and they leave, and like it's still going? Look at that suit Draken's wearing. That is such weird Vegas Texan, I guess, is the best I can come. Like
It's
that's
also giving me New Mexico.
like if you took the South and put it as a show in Vegas, you would get Draken's outfit. It's like
Fair.
very, very southern suit, but with rhinestones. It's very strange.
And glitter.
It's so blue. Also, like, we're just casually glossing over the fact that technically now Draken has a son, even if it's just a robot that he made. The craze is off the chain.
Did you see the meme about like how people want to bring like '90s movie comebacks back because they're just so
I mean, some
cool?
of them are pretty
Not
good.
like the one from okay, I shouldn't say cool, but they're pretty like they hit hard.
Yeah.
Um, the one from A Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff, where
Which one?
she tells the guy she's like waiting for you is like waiting for rain in this drought. It's like useless and disappointing.
I like that. That's really good. Like the '90s
there was
did
another
not
one from
care.
there was another one from I think it was like maybe it was like She's All That or something where it's like I like to cancel my subscription because I'm over your issues.
And now Kim's dress has been ruined by the giant, like, weird mecha toy that's destroying her whole house. And her
Mecha
parents'
Diablo.
idea of, like, safety is to go into the garage, which is connected to the house that's currently being destroyed. Not to run down the street, not to, like, run outside. It's to go in the garage.
This entire house is gonna need a lot of remodeling.
Like, you have a rocket scientist, a neurosurgeon, and two kids that are way too smart for their own good. Somebody's got to have an idea on how to help her.
Right? Yes. As the mom says, children, give me your rockets.
And they have kidnapped Ron's piece of crap scooter. And their mom is performing some kind of weird surgery involving rocket fuel and her twin boys' rockets. I think Wade also has a problem. She's like, Wade, we have a problem. Like, yeah, my house is being destroyed by robots. Oh, yours too.
The source of
Ron's like,
all things evil.
bueno nacho.
Bueno nacho.
So, like, you're just hoping these mechas chase your 15-year-old, 17-year-old daughter and don't just turn around after she's escaped and just wipe you off the face of the planet. It's like, how do you get the rockets to go faster? Why are the rockets not fast enough?
How is the mole rat not dead?
Honestly. How is she managing to have a ponytail that was as high as the one she had and wearing a helmet at the same time? Also, that moped flew.
That is physically impossible.
Yes.
Without like a launch pad for the fucking moped to get up there.
Also, the outside of the Bueno Nacho looks like a gas station. Like, they look like they're standing on top of a gas station. And Draken's like, oh, yeah, you did so well. You foiled my evil scheme. And yet, oh no, you're going to have to surrender because I have your pretty, pretty boyfriend.
Who's not real. Eric, you're a robot. You're not real.
Just like, yeah. And also, you weren't kidnapped, Eric. You kind of like, that's your dad, so you just kind of went with him.
Yeah, it's your dad.
Also, their house was fully repaired from one scene to the next, despite the fact that it's been like 10 minutes. I do like her white suit, though. It looks pretty cool. They're going to rocket scooter 100 miles. How much fuel does that rocket scooter hold?
100 miles.
And she's like super serious this time because she's wearing the untested battle suit. So Wade made an electromagnetic scrambler out of a toy. That is one dangerous child.
They're going 100 miles from where they are on a moped. 100 miles from my house, south, is Oceanside.
Yeah.
That is like, what, an hour, maybe 45 minutes before San Diego?
Okay.
Takes me about 2 hours to get from my house to Oceanside. And they're
that
going to
must have been a really
moped.
fast rocket. This is all I can think.
What do you hate, Shigo?
I always wanted Shigo's powers. Also, why is Kim not always wearing the battle suit?
It's like, why is a prototype?
And why it took Wade this long to make her a battle suit? Like, really? The battle suit regenerates. Doesn't really cover the fact that you were bleeding, Kim, but you know. I think that's the only time we actually see Kim Possible get injured to the point of blood. Injured? Yeah. She pretty much never gets like she'll get knocked around a bit, but I don't think we've ever seen blood on her before.
Sumo Ninja's back. And
that Ron does defeat, even if accidentally. The Ron dog came to play. And yet his pants fell down.
Shigo's like what, a year or two older than Kim?
Really? I always pictured her as like mid-20s. Because it's weird if Dr. Draken, an adult, is hanging out with a minor. like Shigo, so I always assumed she was a full adult.
Oh, you're right. About 23 or 26.
Oh,
And
and
Draken,
Eric gives her a hug and electrocutes the shit out of Kim. How old are they?
Shigo is like 22 to 25. Draken is like early 40s.
That
Still
makes
creepy.
sense. I always pictured Shigo of like 27, you know? She just gives me older vibes. And Kim's like, because Ron is like, you kissed a Syntho drone. And she's like, I didn't kiss him, but I wanted to. And at first he was really happy, then he got really sad.
I should have stuck to babysitting and not
Babysitting.
saving the world. Yeah.
And Ron's like, okay, enough with the moping. It's time for the ass kicking. Where's the ass kicking? Because I can't do the ass kicking. You need to.
Guys like Rufus.
Guys like Rufus, yeah. And Ron is just kind of like, because she's like, do you think there's a guy out there for me? And he's like, out there in here? And she's like, oh. Like, that's the very first time it has ever occurred to her before. And Rufus once again saves the day. They would be lost without Rufus.
They really would. And there's a big old laser.
Coming out of Bueno Nacho. Okay.
Ah, the droids are now flying.
Giant army of mechas.
Diablos.
Okay. Mecha Diablos.
Egypt, France, Russia, India. I lost the rest.
Yeah, the rest of them just like miscellaneous cities. Draken actually
London.
doing well. Like that. This is such
San
a
Francisco.
surprise.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised, like, Draken never thought to kidnap her family to make her surrender before.
Haha. Draken's research nights were slumber parties.
But that's how he discovered apparently boys are her weakness. So Kim and Shigo are gonna duke it out. So does that mean that Ron's left dating, fighting the Syntho drone? He voluntarily gets into a fight with Eric. Okay. He did a backflip. Ron did a purposeful backflip. And Eric busted through the whole ass ceiling.
Yeah, don't be dissing the Rufus.
He said Rufus was weird. Rufus is not weird. Rufus is trying so hard. Kim has the weird electromagnetic gun thing, and she's trying to shoot it at the laser in order to stop the mechas.
And
Eric
her
pushes
boyfriend.
it at the last second.
Yeah.
Oh, he bit through Eric to make all of the Syntho juice fall out of him. That's disgusting. Now the whole world has just toys raining down on them.
Let me guess, little kids are gonna go running back to them, be like, "My Diablo's back!"
Yeah.
That's where you and I would go. Burn it.
Yeah, burn it all. Ron's like, taking over the world's one thing, Draken, but you ruined Bueno Nacho.
You do not touch Bueno Nacho. Name. Say it!
It's like, say my name. Draken does remember, though, so there you go. For any of the younger generation that would like to know why our generation said the words Booyah so often, Ron is why. Ron said Booyah literally all the time. He is why we say Booyah.
Kim just fucking kicked Shigo into the giant laser tower, and the tower fell. How is Shigo not dead?
How strong is Kim? Like, how strong is she?
It's the suit. I'll give her that power over the suit, but how is Shigo not dead?
I mean, Shigo is a very unique person, so. What does the governments of the world think about Kim Possible?
Does she have clearance around the globe? Like, you could just walk into Iran or Afghanistan and be like, saves the day! Goodbye.
She went to, Japan and was able to fight and everything like that with no problem. And they managed to make it back in time for prom, which is still going. See, this is my favorite song from this show because it is such a sweet song.
And this is Kim Possible singing.
Uh-huh. I love this song. I used to play this song on repeat all the time. Kim and Ron getting together when I was a kid was a pivotal moment.
Right? It's like, this finally happened!
And it's just because for a while when I was watching the show, I didn't really think of shipping the two of them together. And then as it got closer to this, you were just kind of okay, come on, we need to get to this point. What the fuck? Why isn't it happening already?
The start of the rest of our lives.
I love the fact that like after the movie, they did other seasons that actually included what happened in the movie in it and like move forward from there. Like they I think the first episode after that season or after the movie is over like deals with the fact that why she doesn't continue to have the super suit. And
Yeah.
so like you are picking up the continuity of it because so many of the times when like these shows happen like there's the actual plot of the movie has no effect on the show whatsoever, but they needed something bigger than just an episode to have Kim and Ron get together,
Yeah.
and then they picked up after that, and I like that because they don't do that anymore, and they didn't do it a lot back then either, but they didn't do it where they incorporated the movie into the plot line, and I like the fact that they did because it
And
made
this is one of
sense.
the it's one of the better well done
Mm-hmm.
plots.
Yeah. Like Kim Possible is a really good show. I don't remember how it ends, to be honest with you, but like I don't think it really matters. So, but it's such a good show. It's such a good movie. It's one of those ones that stands up really well, like to the test of time, especially because like the technology that she uses isn't usually directly related to the technology of the time. It's just the weird shit that Wade makes for her. So unless you look at one of their computers that they have, like Wade's setup of these gigantic monitors or
Mm-hmm.
her cell phone, you don't really notice too much. So, but it is funny, like looking at the computer that Kim kept in her locker. It was massive. Like it had like the little tower that it sat on top
Yep.
of and everything.
Like, that took up her entire locker. There's no room for
Uh
books
huh.
in there.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like she had to put her picture of Shigo somewhere. That's why she puts it on the door because she can't fit it in the locker itself. So it's just like I wonder why she has wanted pictures of Draken and Shigo. Are like you gonna forget what they look like,
No,
or
you're really not. So
like one of them is blue and the other one's green. So I don't think you're really gonna have to worry about that too much. Do you remember that Shigo has siblings? She's got like 5 siblings or something like that.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, like she's like 2 of them are have like red and they have like red powers. One of them I think is purple or, and blue. I think. And yeah, I remember there's an episode when you meet Shigo's siblings.
Ah, yes, I see them. Four
Yeah,
brothers. Higo, Migo, and a set of twins who are never identified.
Higo, Migo, Shigo.
And the red twins.
We're gonna name them Rigo and Ego.
Okay.
Why not? Ego and Rigo. But yeah, like, and it's also funny to me too. Is like even despite the fact that it was a movie with a huge budget, clearly just by the amount of mecha animations that there were, like the very backgrounds are so clearly drawn. Like those were drawings and not animated whatsoever. And
Yeah.
Kim's room had like 3 things in it. It had the bed and like the desk, and it didn't even have like a defined floor. It was just a color, and that color was the same color as the walls. It was really funny. It's just like, yeah, you didn't even bother to give her walls. Okay. Oh, I love this movie.
I love the show. I love the character. I love everything about Kim Possible. I loved it growing up. I still love it.
I wasn't as much of a fan of the Stitch in Time movie as I was
I
like
don't
this
remember the Stitch
movie.
in Time movie.
Yeah, it's like they go back in time and they're like they have to fight at different ages and stuff like that. I think I only saw that one once. I saw the Kim Possible movie, the one we just watched, like a couple of times, but like I only watched the Stitch in Time one like a couple times, or maybe just the once. But yeah, this is always easily like this is the show that I would like. It wouldn't matter what other shows were on. If this one was on, I'd switch to this show. Like, I loved this show growing up. It was so good. And I like the fact that it was just like a chick that kicked ass and like she has a guy friend, but like he's not rescuing her all the time.
She's
Like she's
rescuing
just
him.
yeah, she's rescuing him and like she's kicking ass on her own. And I always thought that was really cool. How she manages to do her homework, I'll never know though.
I don't know. There
'Cause
can't be any fucking time if she's going around saving shit. Like, where do you find the time to do homework?
she goes to school and then she's also a cheerleader, which means she has cheerleading practice and competitions, and like she saves the world on top of that. It's just like, girl, what? School, homework, and saving the world and being a
And cheer
cheerleader.
practice. Yeah.
It's like, no, what?
There's no way.
It's crazy. But this is easily one of my favorite shows of all time, and I'm sure it is many of your guys' favorite shows. And if you have other favorite Disney Channel shows, you should definitely come tell us and talk to us about them, and maybe we'll watch some of them on one of our future review episodes. So hit us up.
That's So Raven was one of my favorite shows.
Oh, yeah, that was so good. That was such a good show. But you guys should come tell us your favorite Disney Channel show from when you were kids. You can hit us up on Instagram at the Sorry Not Sorry Generation, or our website, which is the same. And tell us what your favorite Disney Channel show was, and we'll see you maybe about watching it or the movies for it on one of our review
Podcast.
episodes. So, because we have a Disney Channel themed month coming up pretty soon, so you
Call
guys
me
should.
beat me.
Yeah, we're during our Disney Channel themed month. We're gonna have Ani just sing renditions of different like 90s and early 2000s Disney theme songs. What do you
I'm
think,
sorry
Ani?
for all of your ears for my horrible.
We're gonna have a
singing.
karaoke day, and we're just gonna have like Ani singing all of these episodes or
We're
these
gonna
all these
lose
theme
listeners
songs.
because I cannot sing on key.
Gonna have
It's
people
fine.
sue us. Just like I had to go to the hospital.
You don't
But
understand the
yeah.
number of sessions I went to for therapy. I was so scarred. Like,
We're just
oh,
gonna start
shut
getting
up.
therapy bills. Just like, okay. I have to put a disclaimer at the beginning of some of these episodes.
I put a disclaimer on them all the time when I upload them to YouTube.
Oh, that's true.
So
That is very true. All right, Ani, any final thoughts?
nah, I kind of wish that Monique and Wade dated. That would be a fun.
I don't remember whether or not
They
they ever.
don't.
They
They're
don't.
just friends.
Okay,
I checked.
that would
But
have been
they're
a good
really
couple.
cool. Yeah.
But Monique definitely seems like somebody who wants to date like a footballer or something,
A football player. Yeah.
like somebody who is a 10. So, not that there's anything wrong with Wade. It's just that Wade doesn't particularly seem interested in girls. So,
He doesn't seem interested in anything that's not tech.
and I mean, to be fair, that's really good for Kim. So, because the moment Wade gets a girlfriend, Kim's not getting an update on anything.
That is so true.
Yep.
That is so true. All right.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on our throwback to the early 2000s. And if you guys haven't watched the original Disney Channel movies, always 10 out of 10 recommend.
There are some I don't like. Like, for whatever reason, I don't like the 13th year. I never have.
That's valid. The
Smart House, I love.
Smart House was good. There's a couple of the mermaid ones that are really bizarre because there was a phase that Disney just went through where they just made mermaid movies.
Yeah, the H2O.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like, I never watched H2O, but I know Talar did. And I'm just like, meh.
Yeah, that one was weird. But, Xenon, always top tier. Always recommend that one. The Kim Possible movies. Even the TV shows were fantastic. Like, I always recommend the TV shows as well.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed listening to Kim Possible with us. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Beep, beep. Tune in next week for more fuckery because we have some serious questions and concerns.